Sports presents high school basketball. Tonight's game is brought to you by Patriots Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Doan Ford, WB Green Insurance, West 40 Auto Sales, Valentine Insurance, Guernsey Muskingum Electric Cooperative, and Abel's Heating, Cooling, Electrical, and Refrigeration.
Hi again, everybody, and welcome to Tuesday night high school boys basketball. Tonight from Philo, it is the Electrics, coached by Jason Trout. 1-3 on the season, 0-3 in league play, but that's a little bit deceiving. We'll get into that in a couple of minutes. They take on the John Glenn Muskies, coached by Eric Scheck. 3-1 on the season, 2-1 in the MDL play. Howard Twiggs and our old buddy, Coach John Sechrist. And John, nice to see you at a basketball game, the legend that you are.
Oh, yeah, come on.
I would say tonight, a couple of teams that really the balance of the season has been interesting, because John Glenn, in their 3 victories, have won by a total of 6 points. Well, that could go either way.
Yeah, and I've always been under the conviction, Howard, that good teams win the close ones. And if that's any indication, then John Glenn could develop into a pretty good ball club. But, that's just an old wives' tale, perhaps. But, it says something about your mental toughness if you can win close ball games. And I'm sure that makes Coach Scheck very happy.
Well, one loss is to Tri-Valley, 62-38. But they beat Sheridan the other night at the buzzer, 53-52. New Lex, 44-42. And Tusky Valley in their opener, 45-42. So, again, 6 points separate an 0-4 team from a good 3-1 team. Philo, on the other hand, Coach, they're 0-3 in league play. They opened with a win out of a Columbus program, Cristo Rey, one of the charter schools in Columbus. But they have lost to Tri-Valley, very good basketball team.
Right.
Sheridan, very good basketball team. And then on the road to West Muskingum, another good basketball team. This is a team that is probably better than maybe what the record is showing.
And I measure that a little bit by the toughness of the MVL from top to bottom. And, every time I do an NVL game, Howard, I always make my feelings a little bit known that I've always considered the MVL to be one of the best, Division II/Division III leagues in the state of Ohio, and has been ever since it's been formed. And I think that's still the case today. So, yeah, I don't know how you compare scores with these teams in the MVL, and especially on the road, because you know as well as I do that when you go on the road, you have to lace them up and be ready to play. And you just know that in the MVL, you're going to get a contest every time you go out on the floor. I don't care who it is you're playing there. It's just that kind of a league, and I think the coaches know that and they respect that, so you got to prepare.
I think, to echo your point, John, about the league being so competitive, is because it's so balanced and these schools know each other so very well, very close proximity. These kids play all summer around each other, and so they really have a lot of things where they know about each school. So again, that just amplifies the point of how competitive it is. Offensively for John Glenn, they're at 45 points a game. Defensively, 49. For Philo, they're at 54 points a game, and defensively 58 points a game. So interesting, John, that in John Glenn, you've got a team that 3-1, but it's kind of an odd number that you're giving up more defensively than you're scoring. You don't see that very often.
Don't see that very often, no. And, as we look down the stat sheets here before the game, you look at Philo here, and they've got three young players averaging in double figures. And as a coach, you got to like that. So there again, I think that probably echoes your thoughts of they've played some pretty good basketball teams, as John Glenn only has one player averaging in double figures, and that's Caleb Larrig, the 6'6" senior,
Right.
for them. So I guess I'm in favor of balance.
Sure. Well, yeah. Larrick leads the John Glenn Muskies in scoring at 11.5, and rebounding, as John mentioned, 8.3. But also chipping in for John Glenn, C.J. Dolan and Steele Bates, a couple of younger players, at 8.5 points a game. Bates leads the team in assists at 3. Noah Winland, also one of the leading rebounders for John Glenn, at 3.5. For Philo, as Coach mentioned, they have 3 players in double figures. Rusty Trout, just a freshman, is their leading scorer. He's at 12.3 points per game. Talon Preston, another impressive player, football player, by the way, 11.8 points per game. And then Drew Wright, their big pivot guy, at 11 points a game, and he is their leading rebounder at 10 points a game. And John, one of the things before we take a break that we're going to take note of is Drew Wright, the big guy inside for Philo, against Caleb Larrick, the big guy inside for John Glenn. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, and I think he might be going to lean on Mr. Larrick a little bit.
And
I think I would.
Yeah, I think the officiating is going to be a very, very key part of this basketball game. We'll see if it gets physical in the post. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back with the starting lineups and some other information. So tonight it is John Glenn, 3-1 on the season, and they are taking on these Philo Electrics at 1-3 on the campaign. We'll be right back.
At Abels, we're proud that so many people trust our family with their family's home comfort. I'm Russ Abels. For new heating and cooling, you can trust us to save you money with our high-efficiency systems. We're trusted for electrical work, lighting, outlets, generators, complete home electrical service upgrades. We do it all. And you can trust us in an emergency. Whether it's heating, cooling, or electrical repairs, we promise to do the job right. It's what we do for family, and it's what everyone deserves. Trust Abels.
I'm not buying till I check Down Ford.
Most of us are faced with uncertainty every day. Your job, your finances, sporting events, schooling for your children, and so much more. With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there's one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Doan Ford. You can be certain that you'll always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. In business for nearly 60 years has given Doan Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Doan Ford. Online at doanford.com. Each year, Guernsey Muskingum Electric Cooperative provides an all-expenses-paid trip for 2 students to attend the Washington, D.C. Youth Tour coordinated by Ohio's electric cooperatives. Applicants must be a high school sophomore or junior and the child or legal ward of a Guernsey Muskingum Electric Cooperative member at the time of selection. For a complete list of qualifications or to apply, visit gmenergy.com.
Do you really think that an insurance company who promises quotes in a few minutes has your best interest in mind? Do they really know you and what coverages you need? Hi, this is John Valentine with Valentine Insurance. We take time to learn about you and your insurance needs so you can feel comfortable that you're receiving the right coverages at the best possible prices. Find us on Facebook, stop by our office, or give us a call at 994-1776. Valentine Insurance, a partner you can depend on.
How can you select from insurance companies offering you lizards or ducks? When it comes to protection for your home and auto, you want a company that provides quality insurance products and personalized, fair, friendly claims service. WB Green Insurance represents Westfield Insurance. Their reputation is based on sharing knowledge and building trust. Westfield has been around the neighborhood over 150 years. WB Green Insurance welcomes the opportunity to quote your home, car, and business insurance. Don't be fooled by lizards and ducks. Call 439-1329.
Liberty Mutual presents How to Get Ahead at Work.
It's simple. Just ask for a meeting with your supervisor. While you're discussing the latest sales reports, just slip into the conversation that you customized your home insurance with Liberty Mutual and saved hundreds. Whoa! The business savvy you showed saving hundreds of dollars on home insurance will have you running seminars on saving money in no time.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com. Based on recent survey of new customers who switched and saved. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. This is your dentist. Do me a favor and feel the front of your teeth. How grimy are they? Ugh. It's time for a Crest Pro Health reality checkup. That grime is the buildup of plaque bacteria that can cause cavities in just months. You need to switch to Crest Pro Health. While most toothpaste stop working in minutes, Crest Pro Health's antibacterial fluoride protects for up to 12 hours to stop cavities before they start. So pick some up on the way home. Smile. Crest has you covered.
You're listening to high school basketball on 107.9, 98.5 Nash Icon, WILE Cambridge.
And we are back here at the power plant is what they call it. Muskingum Valley League action where tonight it is the Philo Electrics and the John Glenn Muskies. Muskies will be in their maroon uniforms with white numerals and trim. And the Philo Electrics in the home white with gold numerals and trim. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First for John Glenn, and they'll be led by 6'6" senior Caleb Larrick, 11.5 points a game. 6' sophomore CJ Dolan, 8.5 points a game. 6'1" senior Noah Windland, 3.5 points per game. 5'7" junior Will Nikolazakis at 4 points a game. And 6' sophomore Steele Bates at 8.5 points per game. For the Philo Electrics, they'll go this way. It'll be 6'1" junior Talon Preston. He is their leading scorer at 12 points per game. Cooper Radcliffe, a 5'11" junior, 8.5 points per game. Malachi Strickland, 6'1" junior, 5.5 points per game. Rusty Trout, their leading scorer, I should say, at 12.3 points per game. He is a freshman at 5'9", and then rounding it out is Drew Wright. Drew Wright averages 11 points per game, also 10 rebounds per game. He is a 6'2" senior. So, as the teams are being introduced, the John Glenn Muskies have already gotten their call, John, and now Philo being introduced. And again, they'll line up left to right along your radio dial. And when it comes to a road game, John, how do you prepare a little bit differently from a home game?
I think really you have to set the tone. I guess in your coaching, as a coach, in your coaching philosophy of how that you know, you have to emphasize the importance of being ready to play when you play on the road, because you know you're in basically a hostile environment, and you know those are the kind of things that you know can affect young kids and their mental outlook of the game. And I think that mostly, Howard, you just have to just continuously
Philo in the man-to-man defense. That's Trout guarding the ball on top.
Nikolazakis, and then shot on the way in and out for the three was CJ Dolan, rebounded off to Trout and the Electrics.
Trout is a well-known basketball name here.
And a basket on a drive by Cooper Radcliffe, just took it inside.
Yep, nobody stopped the basketball.
Back comes John Glenn the other way, forcing his way to the basket was Bates, no good. Rebounded to Radcliffe. He will go the distance.
And they're going to call a block.
Yep. Could have went either way. They'll say block. Going to be a three-point play opportunity. Say basket good, 4-0 in favor of Philo early on. And going to the free throw line is Radcliffe. Shot on the way. Good. He has all 5 of the points. It's 5-0. Philo, yep, straight man-to-man. And that is Trout.
Here comes a jump and run.
On Nikolazakis. Nikolazakis tries to go inside. And a lot of quick whistles here early going, John.
Yes.
And, we'll see how things play out. But the personal foul goes against Philo.
Malachi Strickland.
Yep. Inbound shot on the way. No good by John Glenn. Here comes another, on the sideline. They say Cooper Radcliffe met the double team, stepped on the sideline, ball back over to John Glenn. 6:43 to go, 5-0 in favor of Philo. Inbounds to Alaric. Alaric not yet touched the ball, John.
Not on offense. No, well, yeah, he did. He shot that last three that missed down there.
Ball to Nikolazakis now inside to Alaric. He will muscle his way in, give it up to the right side. Back to Alaric. Tries to go turn around.
And he traveled.
Yep. Good defensive holding his feet that time by Wright. Let's see what John Glenn comes up with. Looks like
looks like 1-2-1-1 or man-to-man. Let's see how they.
Yep, we'll find out on this first trap in. Nope, they're going to just fall back. Loose ball on the floor. It's going to go back to John Glenn. Is unable to keep a handle on it. Was Philo. So nice job by John Glenn on the press. And they will get the ball back. Still 5-0. That's Nikolazakis. Double team. Gets out of it. Goes inside. Easy layup for Eric. Caleb Blarick, you can't let him.
No, not on that. Not on that exchange.
Trout double team, and they're going to get a push
on Nikolazakis, I believe. Yes.
It'll be Nikolazakis' second team foul, or second individual foul, and Nelson Cameron is going to enter the lineup for John Glenn, replacing Nikolazakis. Cooper Radcliffe will inbound, stolen away. That's C.J. Dolan. He'll go to the length of the court and make the layup.
He got a little bit too, maybe. I thought he might have missed it. He got a little fancy.
1-2-2, it looks like, for John Glenn.
There's the trap.
And Philo with a little bit of trouble. And they're going to get a timeout. Yeah, we'll keep it right here. So, hey, Coach Trout realizing that, if you are on that 1-2-2, if you see that, you've got to make that ball reversal, or you've got to hit the middle of the floor.
Yeah.
Philo did it now, or dribble it out, I suppose. But Philo, I think, hesitated. And as soon as you hesitate, that allows that trap to get there.
Right. Take it to the trap, reverse it, hit the middle, and then you got 2-on-1.
So,
but you got to execute that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the press becomes effective. But that's the way that most coaches approach the 1-2-1-1 or the 1-2-2. As take it up. Do not take it to the mid-court line.
Yeah. All right. That with the basketball is Cooper Radcliffe. Gets to the middle of the floor. That's Trout. Trout ball reversal to Strickland. He will drive and kick inside to Wright. Wright has it stripped away by Larrick. Traveled by Larrick, trying to lead the break. So that time Larrick bodies up Wright, no call. And Philo with the basketball back.
Yeah, Trout wanting, or Wright wanting the foul call, but didn't get it.
And it's Trout over to Cooper Radcliffe. Radcliffe drives across the timeline. Goes to the top of the key for Wright. Has it stolen away. Ball loose on the floor. Belongs to John Glenn. Not taking care of the basketball. Long pass down court. And then back on top. And then the drive inside. It's up. And it's good for the Muskies. That's Nelson Cameron.
Taking advantage of going to the rim.
Here comes Trout. He loses the basketball. John, I'm starting to look at Philo, and maybe the reason they are 1-3 is they don't handle the basketball early going real well.
Yeah, they're really getting ahead of themselves here in this first quarter so far. As they're just not under control.
They trail 6-5 to the Muskies due the Electrics. Double team at midcourt. John Glenn gets by. It's Cooper Briggs who's checked in. Yep. And the left wing over there. And then back to the corner. Shot on the way. 3-ball, no good by Cameron. Rebound offensively by John Glenn. Put back in, and it's good. That's Steele Bates.
It's a good board work that time as Larry kept it alive.
Yep, it is an 8-0 run for John Glenn. 8-5. Strickland has it rejected by Larrick. You know, I'm also seeing just from Philo is they really, really like to push the basketball.
Yeah, but they're really not quite under control at the other end right now, offensively.
Trout, 30 feet from the basket, crossover dribble, goes inside, and
nice
makes
move.
the scooper. Yep.
Nice move.
Rusty Trout has his first basket. 8-7. John Glenn over Philo. Ball on the left wing. Drive inside. Shot rejected by Wright. Picked up by Cooper Radcliffe to Trout. Trout 3 on the run. No good. Rebound by Larrick. And Trout, no conscience there.
Yeah, boy. We're in a track meet right now.
Back with the basketball is Steele Bates. He will go to the corner. Long ball on the way is good for the triple.
Cooper Briggs.
Yep. 11-7, largest lead here in this first quarter. Double team out to the top. Another near turnover. Another double team, and then a foul will go against John Glenn. So they are trapping.
Yeah, they're trying to trap the wings and the corners. That's basically the key. We're in a track meet right now.
Back with the basketball is Steele Bates. He will go. That personal foul goes against Nelson Cameron. And Philo will inbound on the side, stolen away. And a drive and a layup, good by John Glenn. And that is a new guy just in, Andrew Glob. It's 13-7, back the other way.
And there's an offensive foul.
Yeah,
again.
Just,
Philo.
Yeah, they I think that's going to go against Trout.
Yeah, Rusty Trout
That's his
picks
second.
that up, and he goes out. But boy, Philo just not under control. Howard.
No, not in this early going. 3 minutes to go, first quarter. John Glenn 13-7, and John Glenn with the basketball across the timeline. Bates drives inside, back to the top, wide open 3 on the way, short. Rebounded on the floor to John Glenn, and then knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Glob, and will stay with Philo. Well, you know, you'd like to see Philo here. You're only down 6. Come down and get a nice shot.
Be patient and make John Glenn play some defense.
That is Cooper Radcliffe, who's done most of the ball handling.
He throws it away.
He will throw it away, as John said. Back the other way comes John Glenn, and a foul goes against Slade Sprankle. Would be a 2-shot foul coming for John Glenn. And, you know, again, not having seen either team, Coach, I don't think John Glenn's afraid to get into a track meet.
It would appear that way because Coach Schenk is not upset at all with
the pace.
them. Yeah, getting out and running here as Braden Davis knocks down the foul, his first foul shot.
14-7. So it is a 14-2 run, 15-2 run for John Glenn now with 2:40 to go. There's the double team. And a little cheapie called on the sideline. As trying to drill up the sideline was Cooper Radcliffe. Well, I'll tell you what, the one guy Philo cannot afford to lose is Radcliffe.
Right.
He handles the ball 90% of the time.
Well, he's going to have to do a little better job handling because he's committed 4 turnovers already in this first quarter.
I didn't say he wasn't going to make turnovers. I said he's the ball.
You might want to rethink that.
Let me change that. He's got the ball, and we'll see if he keeps it. He picks up the dribble over to the right wing, being harassed out there. Sprankle, he'll pull up from 8, No good. Rebounded by John Glenn. At least they got a good shot. A little turnaround from about 12. Inside it will go. Back, and then a layup wide open. No good. Ouch by Lob. Rebounded off to the Electrics. Trying to force his way in, and then losing the basketball was Talon Preston.
Yeah, good defense that time by Braden Davis, because he just bodied up on the ball handler and wouldn't let him go.
Steele Bates and Caleb Blair come back into the game. So John Glenn rotating 9 guys here in this first quarter. They will be fresh, no doubt. That's Radcliffe throwing it long. Ooh, very nearly back and forth by Malachi Strickland. He'll put up and in. Malachi Strickland with a little scooper. Back come the Muskies. Shot from the wing up. It's good. And that was C.J. Dolan. So John Glenn in transition. Now here comes Sprankle. He'll lose the basketball. Picked up by John Glenn. And with 1:30 to go, 17-9 in favor of the Muskies.
Nice.
Easy layup for Larrick.
Simple ball game, give and go.
4 points for Larrick. Another turnover goes against Philo as Cooper Radcliffe couldn't connect with Strickland. And Drew Wright will check back into the game.
1:18 to go, 10 turnovers already for Philo in the first quarter.
19-9 in favor of John Glenn here in the first. Got Steele Bates against the Philo man-to-man. Bates looks like they're not going to be in a hurry, going to run one shot, and why not? They've got a 10-point lead.
Ooh.
Little
Cooper Radcliffe commits that foul out 28 feet from the basket.
That's going to be shooting.
So, it's the 5th foul of the quarter.
Yeah, the new rules are that you start shooting on 5. Steele Bates walks up to the free throw line. Eyes the first one, front iron, no good. One more coming. Bates has 2. Averages 8.8 on the season. Does the sophomore. Played extensively last year as just a freshman.
He did. Yes, remember watching him play.
Second one's good. 3 points for Bates, 20-9. Here comes Philo right on a runaround.
And got it. Yeah, good look that time. That time by Radcliffe. Yeah.
Here comes John Glenn again. Driving inside. Bates, no good. Rebounded by Larrick. Larrick muscles his way in and in. Larrick has 6. He's very, very tough inside. Double team on Philo.
Yeah.
They're in trouble. They're going to have to take a timeout.
Timeout, yep. So there's the 1-2, 1-1. Got the trap in the corner right where they want it.
Yeah, so we'll keep it right here. The score is John Glenn 22, Philo 11. 40 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Caleb Larrick with 6, C.J. Dolan with 4, Steele Bates with 3, Cooper Briggs with 3, 2 each for Andrew Glob, Nelson Cameron, and Braden Davis. For Philo, 5 for Cooper Radcliffe. He had the first 5 points of the game.
He did.
He has the 5. Malachi Strickland 2, Drew Wright 2, and Rusty Trout 2. Trout sits with the 2 fouls. He's in foul situation. I think, John, come second quarter, you got to play him.
Oh yeah.
You know, if he gets his third or even the fourth, doesn't matter. You know, you want to lose early, you want to lose late.
You're down 22 to 11, and you know what happens here in the last 40 seconds. But yeah, I agree with you. You know,
so I imagine he will start the second quarter. So with the basketball, the inbounder is Talon Preston for Philo. Gets it in on the press offense, and they get it up the floor nicely to Sprankle. Sprankle drives left into the inside with right up. No good. Rebounded by Larrick. Kind of hurried on that one.
Yeah.
John Glenn will have another crack at the basketball and the 22-11 lead. That is going to be a
miss.
No good by Bates, and rebounded by Larrick with 10 seconds to go, and they'll bring it back out, will the Muskies. They have been in control now. 5 seconds to go. They get the high screen and roll from Larrick, and they'll take the shot at the buzzer. Good.
There it was. Well executed.
Noah Windland after one. 25-11. John Glenn over Philo.
Now located at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell, Ohio, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a mutual insurance company established in 1896 for the purpose of providing insurance coverage to rural Ohio. They offer a product to meet your insurance need, whether it's for a farm, rental dwelling, home in town, secondary or seasonal dwelling, churches, or mobile home. They partner with Grinnell Mutual Insurance Company from Iowa to offer liability coverage to package with their Patrons Buckeye Mutual policy. Call today, 740-305-5121, and follow them on Facebook at Patrons Buckeye.
Are you paying too much for homeowners insurance? Has your insurance company raised your deductible? Hi, this is John Valentine with Valentine Insurance. Many people can't accurately answer these questions. With many premiums escrowed into mortgages, homeowners don't pay attention to changes to their policies anymore. It's time you visit Valentine Insurance for a true, no-obligation review of your insurance policy. Call 994-1776 or stop by our office at 739 Southgate Parkway in Cambridge.
Welcome back, everyone. Howard Twigs, Coach John Seacrest, and John Glenn Muskies looked pretty good. They knocked 25 smackers on the board in that first quarter.
Well, thanks to 10 turnovers by the Philo Electrics in that quarter, and you know as well as I do, that's not conducive to putting a lot of points on the board. John Glenn turned it over 5 times in that quarter, but did a really good job on the boards, got some putbacks, and now Philo going to start in a 2-3 zone, Howard.
Yep, and I do not see Trout on the floor. Shot from the corner is a bang for the 3. I don't think they're going to stay in that long, are they?
Nope.
Cooper Briggs with the triple. And Cooper Radcliffe, he will go inside, missed the shot, rebounded by Drew Wright, and it's in.
Nice job that time by Drew Wright getting in position on the offensive boards.
Quickly comes John Glenn the other way. They will go inside at Steele Bates, misses the shot.
Not a good shot.
Rebounded by Braden Bleakney. Up ahead, Bleakney has it, thinks about the 3. Goes inside, shot up, no good. Rebound knocked around. It belongs to John Glenn. And it's Steele Bates with the basketball. Pushes ahead and then to the corner. And then back on top. Long 3 on the way is good. Cooper Briggs has 3 triples. 31-13, another steal. Oh, nearly a steal by John Glenn.
Almost.
Yeah. And Malachi Strickland will re-enter the lineup for Philo. Again, John, I think you got to go with Trout at some point. I mean, he's your leading scorer.
Yeah, your offense has got to go through him.
With the basketball and a steal. And back the other way. John Glenn after another turnover. Inside to Larrick, double team, back to the corner. And then a drive inside, up, and it's a block, and it's a block basket. And that will be C.J. Dolan. He will get an and 1. And, John, this has really gotten away from him.
It's gotten away from him, yes, it has. And, Howard, I'm not seeing much defense out there out of Philo.
Yeah, Will Pettigrew is going to check in for
a sprinkle. He
the
goes
Electrics,
out.
Yep. And a 3-point play coming for C.J. Dolan. Dolan with 6 points here in this first half. 33, make it, 33-13. Rebound on the floor belongs to Philo. Here they come with Bleakney. Bleakney travels. Yeah. Just a little bit too fast for the feet. Was Bleakney.
Has been the case really in the first 10 minutes of this ball game for Philo.
Yeah, John Glenn's really taking the Electrics fans out as well. Easy layup again by John Glenn. That's Braden Davis. He has 4. And this is turning into a rout. That's Cooper Radcliffe double teamed. Back to Strickland. Strickland drives left. It's fouled.
It's going to be on Glob, Andrew Glob, or Glaub.
Yeah, Glob, Andrew Glob. With a little bit of a reach there. 35-13, 6:04 to go here in the first half. Strickland over to Radcliffe. Radcliffe double team, drives baseline. Got it, very nicely done. He has 7.
That time John Glenn gave up the baseline.
Philo will press. John Glenn, not too much difficulty. They're in the corner. Long ball on the way. It's
Wow.
good.
Wow.
That is Andrew Glob with a tray.
Yeah, so it doesn't make any difference who.
You know, they just spot up, don't they?
Yeah. Well, there's no defense getting out on them.
Yeah, they don't need a secondary break. They're just running down and spotting up. Shot on the way on the baseline's good by Drew Wright.
Yep, and
That's a timeout coming. It's a full. We'll take it right with him. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Your home and your car are likely your two biggest investments. Protecting them from unexpected damage is a prime concern to WB Green Insurance. They are proud to represent Westfield Insurance, a financial service organization that provides insurance products for your home, auto, and business. Sharing knowledge, building trust is Westfield Insurance's pledge to their customers, along with personalized claim service that's fast and friendly. To learn how Westfield can help with your insurance needs, talk to WB Green Insurance today.
I'm not buying till I check Dome Ford.
Most of us are faced with uncertainty every day. Your job, your finances, sporting events, schooling for your children, and so much more. With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there's one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Doane Ford. You can be certain that you'll always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. In business for nearly 60 years has given Doane Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Doane Ford. Online at DoaneFord.com.
All right, it is 38-17. Howard Twiggs, Coach John Seacrest here at Philo High School, or Philo Junior High is where they actually play. And at 5:25, John Glenn has the basketball. Philo in the man-to-man. That's Will Nikolazakis. He has 2 fouls. He is on the floor. And that's Glob. Glob over to Noah Winland. Inside, nice look, not there. Back on top, and then a ball reversal. And a drive inside, lost, picked up by Philo. That's Braden Bleakney. He goes ahead and back the other way come the Electrics. Turn around, spin, no good. Offensive rebound by Philo, put back no good. And a rebound by John Glenn. So a couple of subs for Philo here in the second quarter.
Yeah, just missed point blank range there.
That was Talon Preston and Nikolazakis. Over to Dolan to the top, and then a shot on the baseline is good.
That's Braden Davis.
Yep. Braden Davis has 6. John Glenn stays with the press. Nearly a steal by Nikolazakis.
Yeah, as John Glenn or Philo really struggling against the 1-2-1-1 zone press.
Yeah. Let's see. I think, am I correct? Trout's going to re-enter the lineup?
Yes.
All right.
Uh-oh.
He steps on the baseline. Well, Rusty Trout, their leading scorer, has sat for quite a bit, but at the 4:17 mark, he is going to re-enter the lineup. So hopefully that can energize these Electrics.
Yep. Caleb Larrick checks back in for the Little Muskies.
Yep, and he gets the ball right away, pushes it in, not there, gets the rebound, gets it back in.
He has total control over the boards by John Glenn.
He has 8. And Philo with the basketball. Trout, long 3 on the way, no good. Picked up by Radcliffe, shot up, no good, rebounded by Larrick. So Trout with about a 25-footer wanted to make his presence known. Baseline drive, missed by Glob. Boy, you'll love to see those little baseline back doors. Back the other way comes Philo, no good. Rebound, Radcliffe up, and it's good. 3-point play opportunity. Preston had the shot, missed it. Radcliffe with the offensive rebound and tries to put back, got it. So Philo can bounce back a little bit here with the 3-point play. Briggs on the personal foul for John Glenn.
Number 5 checks in. Noah Winland checks back in.
And they have a deep rotation, don't they?
They do, yes.
9 guys.
Yep.
Free throws good. 10 points for Cooper Radcliffe, 10 of the 20. Here come the Muskies back the other way, right to left. Bates Gives to the corner. Shot on the way for three. No good.
Wow.
Rebounded by Philo. That was a pretty long shot
Yeah.
by Dolan. And Trout nearly loses it, but picked up by Radcliffe to the corner. Preston on the way. No good. Rebound offensively. Up and in. Yeah, three-point play. Another one opportunity. That's Camden Stoner.
Yeah, he's off the bench.
Yep. That's Stoner, just a sophomore, 6'5", and seeing some varsity action. Why not?
Used his height to get that one back up and in.
Stoner.
Philo doing a little better job on the offensive boards now.
No good. Rebounded front board. It's Malachi. Ball's tied up. Possession arrow to Philo.
Yeah, that kind of.
Yeah. Let's see, where's Trout? Trout, you'd think, would be on one of the receiving end of this inbound set play, wouldn't you?
They take it inside.
Yep.
To Stoner.
Yep. Stoner being guarded by Larrick. Drive by Preston. It's in. Alan Preston making some noise. 42-24.
Yep.
Philo with a good comeback here.
Yep.
They're still down 18, but
they're on an 8-0 run, Howard.
Yeah. Bates
pretty
missed it. Yep. Offensive rebound missed. That was the Muskies. Briggs still loose on the floor. It belongs to John Glenn. Now, now I think you'll see Larrick on some kind of inside set play. Right?
Yeah. Let's see if they
give the
run a back
basketball
screen
to the
for him.
Muskies. Yeah. Now you've got him on the ball side block. So perhaps Bates comes and screens for him, and he goes to the other side, trying to squeeze his way in. Nope. It's Briggs back to the top. Three ball on the way, no good. Rebounded on the floor, and that is Philo with the ball. Streaking up the floor is Trout. He will go all the way. Missed the shot. Offensive rebound not there by Stoner. Back comes John Glenn. Here come the Muskies on the run, knocked out of bounds. Back to Philo. So John Glenn a little sloppy here the last couple of minutes.
Yep, 2:12 left to go here before halftime. Is Philo.
Yeah.
Yep, and Coach Trek going to call a timeout.
Yeah, John Glenn wants a timeout, so we do not have the indication whether it's a 30 or a full. So we'll keep it right here just in case it's a 30, but I think what Coach Scheck wanted was just, hey, settle down.
Settle down, slow down, get good shot selection.
You've got the basketball in your hands. You've got somebody flying deep, but he was flying deep to the far corner, and you got a Philo defender in the passing lane. Just go ahead and handle the basketball, I think is what he's reinforcing it. So,
we got an 18-point lead here. We don't need to do anything crazy.
Yeah, so 42-24, 2:12 to go here in the basketball game. John Glenn leading Philo. And after the timeout, Stoner remains in the game for Philo. He's given them a little bit of spark inside.
He has, yes.
Trout still on the floor. Strickland, also Radcliffe and Preston for the Electrics.
John Glenn still going to pressure.
Yep.
It's been good to him.
Yep, they have the entire game. That's double team. Gotten out of there is Strickland. Strickland being chased. He will drive inside. Missed the layup. Rebounded loose. It's on the floor, and it will stay with Philo.
Yeah, there's Philo really hammering the offensive boards right now.
I think in one of those timeouts, Coach Trout was talking to the guys, hey, we're not going to make this up easy. It's going to be tough, so let's do it inside. Radcliffe is fouled. He'll go to the line. So that's another foul on John Glenn. But, Philo is really, this will be another opportunity where they've gotten the ball inside.
Yeah, so Radcliffe will shoot two. As
that's Bates on the foul. Free throw no good.
As Carter Crabtree comes in
for Philo.
Yeah.
Second free throw
no
good. Rebounded by Steele Bates of the Muskies. Looks to the basket. Oh, throws it away. Unable to handle it is Glob. Nice cut by Glob, or Dolan rather.
Yeah, had the baseline behind the defense, but evidently a little too much mustard on it.
Dolan can't handle that. And back with the ball is Trout. Rusty Trout double team, fouled at midcourt. That's Nikolazakis' third if it's on him.
Nope.
Can I say Nelson Cameron?
Yep.
His second. So a double team by Nikolazakis. So he doesn't get the personal. But Rusty Trout.
Yeah. The Muskies are over the limit already, Howard.
Yeah. But Philo taking it to the basket.
That basket.
Trout just 2 points on the night.
Wow.
First one's no good.
No good at the free throw line. You got to make those if you're going to make up ground.
One more coming for Rusty Trout. 42-24 in favor of John Glenn. Second one, good. Let's see, Philo will fall back. Looks like into the straight man. Yeah, I think they're going to just probably let John Glenn run the clock out, eh?
Could be. Let's see.
Steele Bates, he'll pull up from 18, no good.
Missed it.
Rebounded on the floor to Stoner, back to Radcliffe. He is being harassed by Nikolazakis. Lowers his shoulder, goes to the basket, and they're going to catch a...
Got an offensive foul, I believe.
on Radcliffe, yeah.
Yep.
Wouldn't have mattered because Larrick blocked it anyway.
So again, just a little bit out of control.
42-25, 1:20 to go. John Glenn appears to be taking their time, and why not? They've got the 17-point lead with the ball and the lead. There,
nice.
Oh, nice cut inside.
Nice back cut.
Oh my gosh, that's Steele Bates from Caleb Larrick.
The Philo defender looked over at the ball, and Bates just back cut him.
Stolen away. Nope, stolen back by Philo. And another turnover goes to John Glenn. You know, just when Philo made a little bit of a
noise.
They kind of settled back into it. They now trail 44-25, and John Glenn with the ball.
Yeah, under a minute now before halftime.
Let's see. They run the double high post. There's John Glenn with Larrick out there. 3 ball on the way, no good. Rebounded by Philo, and they will sprint ahead. Will the Electrics double team in the corner, and then stolen away. It is a 2-on-1 easy layup coming for John Glenn, but a foul stops Noah Windland. He'll get a couple of free throws.
That's number 3 on Cooper Radcliffe.
Well, that's the guy that they can really not afford to lose in this one. And, you know, he's back there fighting against the 2-on-1. You know, what are you going to do? You got to try and stop the ball. Free throw, no good. So Radcliffe's going to take a seat. And he is obviously not a happy player with the 3 fouls.
Malachi Strickland replaces him.
Second free throw, also no good. Rebounded by Larrick with a guy hanging on his jersey.
Yeah, but pretty strong young man.
Bates drives inside, gives it up, no good. Another missed layup by John Glenn with 15 seconds to go.
And there's a double dribble right out in midcourt, no pressure.
Yep, and Talon Preston just turns it over with the palming of the basketball. You know, we talked in the pregame about, or early on, John, with Radcliffe. He handles the ball so much. There's evidence right there that he doesn't handle the ball, and they turn it over.
17 times.
All right, Nikolazakis down to 12 seconds to go here in the first half. 44-25. Bates gets the high screen from Larrick, looks for the screen and roll, not there. Then drive inside, then kick back to Bates. He'll shoot the 3, good.
At the buzzer.
So after 1 half of play, it is John Glenn 47 and Philo 25. So John Glenn doing a lot of things correct. Philo with some things to work on in the locker room at the halftime break. So we'll step aside and send it back to the studios for a moment or so. We'll come back with plenty of notes and information. So stay with us. It's 47-25.
Hey, I came as fast as I could. What's wrong?
Everything's okay. I just need you to know I'm glowing up.
You just texted SOS Get Here Now.
And I stand by that because I switched to Cricket and got the all-new Motorola Razr. I have entered my flip era, and I am glowing up.
I'm gonna go back home.
I support that.
Switch to Cricket and get the all-new Motorola Razr for $199.99. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Must open a new line on a $60 a month voice plan. First month service charge and tax to its sale. Fees, terms, and restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
Discover, this is Daniela.
Hi, it's Jennifer Coolidge. I just want to thank you for making me feel so special. I earned cash back on debit for my dinner party groceries.
That's great, but with Discover Cashback Debit, we give everyone cash back on everyday purchases. Anything else I can help you with?
Do you like asparagus and mushroom sorbet? I've got leftovers.
Introducing Discover Cashback Debit, a checking account with cash back. It pays to Discover. Eligibility and terms at discover.com/cashback debit. Discover Bank, member FDIC.
From the Ohio News Network, this is the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Hoops. Now here's your host, Eric Reeser.
Tim Street will be my guest. He's the Director of Media Relations for the Ohio High School Athletic Association. The OHSAA just wrapped up state football championships in Canton, and we'll talk about the future of those title games, as well as their plans for the boys and girls state basketball tournaments next. This is the Ohio News Network.
In Ohio, public education matters. And every day, Ohio's public school educators use their united voice to advocate for the supports and resources our public schools need so every child thrives. No exceptions. I'm Ohio Education Association President Scott DeMauro, and on behalf of our 120,000 members, OEA is proud to sponsor tonight's game. Because great public schools are a winning playbook for Ohio, and Ohio is stronger when we stand together to cheer for our students' success.
I don't know what I want to do. I'm just not sure that college is right for me. Have you considered a career in dental assisting? I love my job as a dental assistant. I have flexible work hours, the money is good, and I get to work in a professional, people-oriented dental office. What I really love about my job is knowing that I give people a healthy smile.
For more information about becoming a dental assistant, contact your high school guidance counselor. Or if you are no longer in school, talk to a dentist in your community or visit ODA.org. This message is brought to you by the members of the Ohio Dental Association.
This is ONN.
I'm Eric Reeser, and Tim Street is my guest, the Director of Media Relations for the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Tim, the OHSAA just finished 7 state football championship games in Canton after a weekend of state semifinal contests in Northeast Ohio. The OHSAA and the city announced an agreement to remain at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium through 2026. What's that process like in choosing and then extending an agreement to hold state championships at a singular location as opposed to multiple locations across the state?
Sure. Well, thanks for the time, Eric. Appreciate you having me on. You're right. We just finished our football state championships in Canton. It was a great 3 days and had 7 memorable championship games, which we always do, and the snow held off. It was snowing north of Canton, but luckily we didn't have any snow where we were. And you are right that the week of the state finals, we were able to announce that we had reached a new 3-year contract to keep the football state finals there in Canton. You know, long story short, we did not put the football finals bid out this year. You know, we kept that conversation internal with the city of Canton. We have, on occasion, put that out for bid to numerous cities around Ohio. And in this particular case, for a lot of reasons, we did not. The Pro Football Hall of Fame has a new president. He was very interested in having a new contract wrapped up. And we were too, but for a lot of reasons, we did not feel the need to send it out for bid. In general, though, we want the football state finals and the state finals in any sport to be in one location all together. You know, the days of rotating the state finals around to different stadiums or different cities every year, which the OHSA did back in the 70s, we do not want to do that anymore. We want to keep everything together in one city for that particular sport. So, you know, we as long as we have a venue that can accommodate all of the games and wants us there, then we're going to stay there, and we just have a great home there in Canton for the football finals.
Tim and I also discussed the boys and girls state basketball tournaments that will be held this spring at the UD Arena at the University of Dayton. Tim says that partnership has been great for everyone.
I often compare basketball in Dayton to football in Canton. You know, it's just what they love and it's what they do, and it takes a lot of people to run events that big, and they love doing that in Dayton. And our girls and boys basketball state tournaments are sandwiched around their first 4 NCAA tournament games that they host. So we're kind of in a unique and fortunate position because they have all this infrastructure built up to host those NCAA tournament games, and they leave it up for us. So we're talking press rows, which there are 3 of them, which I love, of course. And then, of course, the post-game press conference rooms, the parking, the locker rooms. They're all set up and ready to go, and we're able to take advantage of that. You know, we've talked before, of course, the Schottenstein Center hosted our basketball state tournaments for a long time. The Schott still continues to host our wrestling state tournament, and we hope that they will continue to do that for many, many years to come. You know, basketball is just a tough fit into the Schott these days in the month of March, and that's a whole long story, but we're just glad that University of Dayton really wants to host our basketball state tournament, and they do a great job doing that.
Well, we are back at halftime where the John Glenn Muskies lead the Philo Electrics 47-25. And John, before we get to the individual numbers, what are we looking at from a team standpoint?
I'm sorry, I missed you. I dozed off.
No worries, buddy. What are we looking at from team numbers before we go to the individuals?
Oh, team numbers. John Glenn shot the ball in the first quarter really well and cooled off a little bit in the second quarter, but they end up 19 of 34 for 51%. They were up in the low 60s in the first quarter, but kind of fell off there in the second quarter, and the Philo Electrics were 10 of 25 for 40%. So, it's a game that's it's hard to watch to a certain extent.
Yeah, I think for me, just as a fan watching it, the frustration was the turnovers by Philo.
Oh my, 17 in the first half. Yeah. If I back up just a scooch here, that was under pressure. John Glenn pressured them from the get-go, but it was a 1-2, 1-1 press, which is something that you see occasionally in basketball. In other words, it's not. It is a little more than a tempo press. The 1-2, 1-1 is a press to steal the basketball and create turnovers. It's not so much 2-2-1, kind of more controlled tempo for you. But they did pressure, and unfortunately, Philo responded with turnovers, and that gave the Muskies a chance to jump quickly into the lead and pushed it out, and now lead by 22 here at halftime. So the Electrics have got their work cut out for them, because you just cannot make 17 turnovers
against a good team.
In a half. Yeah, against John
team.
Glenn 3-1.
Yeah, they're a good basketball team. All right, let's take a look at some individual numbers for Philo. Talon Preston had a basket for 2. Cooper Radcliffe had 10 to lead all scorers for the Electrics, including 4 field goals and 2 of 4 from the line. A basket for Malachi Strickland, 6 points on 3 baskets from Drew Wright. Rusty Trout, 1 basket, 1 of 2 from the line for 3. Camden Stoner off the bench, a basket, 0 of 1 from the line for 2. For John Glenn, 8 of the 9 guys who played scored.
Yes.
8 points for Caleb Larrick on 4 field goals. C.J. Dolan, 3 field goals for 6. Noah Windland, a triple for 3. Nick Lazakis, as we mentioned, did not score. Steele Bates had 3 field goals, including a tray for 8. Andrew Glob had 5, including a triple. Nelson Cameron a basket for 2. Braden Davis also off the bench for 6. And Cooper Briggs 3 triples for 9. That adds up to 47. So, John, quickly before we begin, what's Philo going to have to do?
They've got to play a lot better defense, and they have got to cut down on the turnovers, obviously, and really go at the John Glenn Little Muskies, on the defensive end. They have got to really pick up the defensive slack if they're going to get back in this.
Will Nikolazakis goes from left to right and has the basketball to the right wing. High screen and roll for Bates.
Oh, and that's
just too easy for
Larrick.
Yep. That's a little set coming out of the locker room play. John Glenn will stay with the pressure. And nearly a turnover by Trout.
And
it is
a turnover.
Yeah, he met the double team and gave it up, unfortunately. And we'll go back to John Glenn.
And that's not going to get you back in the ball game if you're Philo.
No.
You got to take care of the basketball.
Nikolazakis to the high post for Larrick. Larrick back on top. Over to Bates. Bates wide open 3 is good. And John Glenn really showing no letdown here. Back comes Trout the other way. He will go to Radcliffe. 3 ball on the way, no good. Rebounded on the floor. It belongs to John Glenn. Here comes Steele Bates. Flies ahead to Nikolazakis. Nikolazakis over to Dolan. He drives and then inside for Larrick. Philo needs a timeout, Coach.
Well, I just happened to watch. I don't know if Drew Wright is hurt or not, but he did. Yeah, they're going to substitute for him because he did not get back down the floor.
Back the other way comes Preston. No good. Rebound.
Yeah, and they're going to call it on Preston, I believe, over the back.
Drew Wright's going to
he's going to sit down. He's kind of hobbling on that right leg.
And personal foul goes against Wright. That's his second. Philo will back off pressure, just falling in the half court. 54-25, 7-0 run to start this third quarter.
Yeah, that's not the way, not the way you want to start it.
There it is again, that screen and roll. Yeah. Bates back to the corner. Now inside to Larrick. Oh, Larrick wide open to Bates. Bates will drive in. Back to the other corner. 3 ball on the way. No good. Rebounded on the floor. Back to Bates. Triple. Good. Steele Bates. Has 14.
Yep, still pressure.
Yep.
Almost a steal.
I think that's going to go to John Glenn.
Yep, it is. It's another turnover.
Now, it's almost to the point, Coach, where you kind of wish John Glenn would take the press off a little bit. It's
well, yeah, I think he'll
57-25. At some point he will.
Yeah, he'll call the dogs off here.
Nikolazakis picks up the dribble. Goes inside, now back outside. Over to Steele Bates, he'll direct traffic. Bates to Noah Winland, back out to Nikolazakis. They'll run that double high post. Back to Steele Bates. Bates drives baseline, kicks to the corner.
Yep, offensive fouls. Yep. Steele Bates jumped to throw the pass to the corner, and when he left his feet, he had no place to come down.
57-25. Trout gets the inbound over to Radcliffe. Radcliffe picks up the dribble, goes back to Preston. Preston, shot up, no good. Rebounded on the floor, it's Preston. Back to Strickland, long shot on the way, in and out, no good. Rebound, I think they're foul. I think they say jump ball.
Yeah, that's a
Philo being very aggressive, trying to rebound the basketball.
Yep, have not scored a point here in the first 3 minutes of the third quarter, and those first 3 minutes of the third quarter are very important in any athletic event. And not good to Philo tonight.
Preston will inbound, and a cheap foul called against John Glenn. No reach there, so that's going to be
C.J. Dolan.
Yep, he should know better. I think he's saying that to himself. Shoot, thought I could get the steal.
Yeah.
Preston inbounds to Radcliffe. Radcliffe up and in. He has 12. And John Glenn has the ball with 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. That's Bates over to Winland. Winland drives, picks up the dribble, back to Bates. Bates being guarded by Cooper Radcliffe. Tries to take him off the dribble. Inside, nice look, and pass up and in.
Nice job.
What a nice job by Bates. That basket to Davis. Steal by John Glenn. And here come the Muskies back the other way. It's Steele Bates again. Oh, nice look to Braden Davis.
Wow.
Steele Bates putting on a show.
Yep, he is.
61-27, another steal. Nero knocked out of bounds.
Right to Coach Trout, and he shows what kind of mood he's in. Don't blame him.
Yeah, kids better be good in class tomorrow.
Yeah. Cooper Briggs checks back in for John Glenn.
Malachi Strickland back to Radcliffe. Cooper Radcliffe drives left, tries to muscle his way inside, not there. Rebounded to Braden Davis. Here come the Muskies back the other way. It's over to Dolan. Driving baseline is Davis to the corner. And then another drive and then a shot to the top. No, and look, look inside. Up and in.
Nice cut.
Yeah, that looked like a little flex cut, didn't it?
Yep, little shuffle cut there, and that's what you get when you look at the basketball if you're a defender.
Nearly another steal by John Glenn. It's Cooper Radcliffe. Radcliffe drives right, drives to the basket, scores, and draws the foul.
And again, just simply one-on-one basketball by Philo.
Substitution for John Glenn. Making his first action is going to be DeAndre Fowler for John Glenn. So
he's
Coach Sheck, going to the bench a little bit.
5'11" senior.
Free throw on the way is good by Radcliffe. He has 15. 5 in each
that's
quarter.
right. We got a running clock now, I believe.
63-30. Fowler drives baseline, loses it, picked up by Philo. Here comes Cooper Radcliffe. Radcliffe to the corner, long ball on the way, air ball by the Electrics, and rebounded by Braden Davis. Davis ahead to Cooper Briggs. Briggs behind the back dribble.
Yeah,
you can do it now. Fowler, long shot on the way is good. Where's that guy been?
Just came off the bench. Hopped into a shot there, might have traveled.
66-30, might have. Another drive inside by Philo. Shot no good. Rebound no good. Rebounded by Braden Davis. Shots just not falling for the Electrics.
Well, those are not really good shots, no matter how we try to describe them.
Inside Fowler, kicks back to the corner. Stolen away, and John Glenn to be a little bit too fancy. That was Glob on the turnover.
And
that's going to be 4 on Radcliffe. Wow, Cooper Radcliffe, that's his 4th foul. And even with the score the way it is.
Yeah, you might as well leave him in.
My gosh. Well, he's going to take a seat. And it's 66-30 with 1:25 on a running clock here in the third quarter from Philo, where it's been all John Glenn, although Philo was up 5-0 to start the game.
little lockstep there by Glab.
Yep, personal note. Gonna be a jump ball. Coach Trout up off the bench. He thought maybe there was a steal, but they're going to
Talon Preston had a breakaway there, but the quick whistle takes that, and it, of course, goes back to John Glenn.
Yep. So they will inbound to Davis in the corner. Davis will dribble it back out on top. Over to Nelson Cameron. Cameron back over
Briggs,
to Briggs. Yep. And then back on top to Fowler. Right to left dribble, kicks it. Picked up by Drew Wright for The Electrics shot from the corner, in and out, no good. Rebounded by Preston, no good. Rebounded by Preston again, up and in.
So good work on the boards this time by Preston.
Yeah.
Stayed with it.
He has 4. It's 66-32. Clock moving down to 10 seconds to go here in the quarter. Fowler, another shot on the way, no good. Rebound knocked on the floor. I think it's going to go against Wright for the Electrics. That's his third.
And
that will end the third quarter. So we have played 3. It is 66-32. John Glenn over Philo. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Now located at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell, Ohio, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a mutual insurance company established in 1896 for the purpose of providing insurance coverage to rural Ohio. They offer a product to meet your insurance need, whether it's for a farm, rental dwelling, home in town, secondary or seasonal dwelling, churches, or mobile home. They partner with Grinnell Mutual Insurance Company from Iowa to offer liability coverage to package with their Patrons Buckeye Mutual policy. Call today, 740-305-5121, and follow them on Facebook at Patrons Buckeye.
Do you really think that an insurance company who promises quotes in a few minutes has your best interest in mind? Do they really know you and what coverages you need? Hi, this is John Valentine with Valentine Insurance. We take time to learn about you and your insurance needs so you can feel comfortable that you're receiving the right coverages at the best possible prices. Find us on Facebook, stop by our office, or give us a call at 994-1776. Valentine Insurance, a partner you can depend on.
66-32, John Glenn over Philo. We'll start the fourth quarter. And for the Electrics, they were outscored in that third quarter 19-7. So if there was any doubt at halftime, it was certainly erased in that third frame, Coach.
It was indeed, yes. As John Glenn in the first 3 minutes just went right at him and outscored him, I think, about 9-2. Yep, they're going to
nearly a steal by the Muskies.
Yeah,
Andrew Glob, and they're going to call the personal foul. That's 4 on Glob. So Philo,
it is.
Philo will remain with the basketball. Cooper Radcliffe will inbound. He has 4 fouls. He needs to be a little bit careful. He will look. Finally get it into Drew Wright. Wright drives baseline, and he is hooked.
And he is out, I believe.
Is that
yes? Or no? That's on number 3. Yeah, Fowler. That's on Fowler.
Yeah. Nikolazakis has the 4 personals. Drew Wright on top. Nice back cut.
Nice back cut. Nice job.
So Cooper Radcliffe, another 3-point play opportunity.
Yep. John Glenn defender took his eye off of his man, looked at the ball, and got back cut. That's the first, really, that's really been a nice move that time by Cooper Radcliffe.
He now has 18 points. Because Radcliffe, Philo's going to press. Looks like a diamond and 1.
Yeah.
They're chasing. John Glenn does a good job of getting across the timeline. Double team on Fowler. And a timeout by John Glenn.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say, because, boy, he picked up his dribble in the very wrong place where they had 2 defenders in the sideline against him.
That's going to be a 30-second timeout for John Glenn at the 6:29 mark. So Philo comes up with a little bit of a surprise. They double team. Fowler not used to that kind of pressure, and did pick up his dribble, and a nice timeout right in front of the bench by Coach Scheck. By the way, the JV game was won by Philo 46-40, and we want to remind you that after the game, John and I will select the Lock 9 Pizza Player of the Game and special Christmas bonus, Coach. 1 from each team.
Hey!
None for the announcers.
It's the holiday season.
Yep. None for you and me.
I know. Well, we'll suck it up.
Yeah, we'll eat at home.
Yeah.
John
I hope my wife's not listening, because she
you
probably
ain't
won't agree.
getting any.
Yeah, I was going to say it probably won't be any food there.
66-35.
Yep, and they're going to get number 20. On the foul.
Yep. And so John Glenn will
keep the ball.
Yep. A little bit aggressive there by Braden Bleakney.
Yeah.
With the ball is Nelson Cameron. Cameron gets the high screen and then goes right to left back to the corner for Fowler, who's played a lot here in the second half.
Yeah.
Turn around, shot up, in, no good by Glob. Rebounded by Radcliffe. Radcliffe crosses the timeline, being defended by Glob. 2 guys with 4 fouls each. Losing the ball is Radcliffe, so back to John Glenn. And see, Philo will stay with that, looks like a diamond in one press, a 1-2-1-1. And they get away with a little hold of the ball.
Maybe.
And another foul.
I'm not sure here.
For Philo, and they finally get the ball over across the timeline. Things getting a little bit sloppy here. And John Glenn misses the shot. Back the other way comes Radcliffe. Radcliffe, European step, no good. Rebounded up, no good by Philo. Rebounded to Davis for John Glenn. And with the basketball
Helter.
is, Nelson Cameron.
Helter Skelter.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit raggedy out there. Another loose ball on the floor. Another tie-up. That possession arrow will go to the Muskies.
Again, yep.
John Glenn going to get a couple of new guys into the lineup for that's Noah Deaver and Timo Boast. So, that
works for me.
Yeah. Most of the regulars for John Glenn have hardly played here in this second half.
As should be.
Yeah. 66-35. With the basketball is Noah Deaver. Deaver over to Glob. Glob drives inside, then kicks. Back over to Deaver. He will come off the high screen, pick up the dribble at the high post, and go back to Bost, back to Glob. Glob. Back to Davis. To Deaver. John Glenn very content to just hold on to the basketball.
With the running clock, they can run a lot of clock off.
Yep. To the corner. John Glenn just running a lot of motion, just pass and screen. Pass and screen. Not really thinking too much shot. Backwards pass to Glob. 15-footer. Good. Andrew Glob has 9. 68-35, 3:20 to go here in the fourth quarter. Radcliffe, nice move on the baseline, misses the shot. Rebound up, blocked, and controlled by John Glenn. That was Drew Wright. Double teamed by Philo, and John Glenn just dropped Fowler, barely gets it across the timeline. Coach Sheck off the bench says, slow down, calm down. In the corner is Davis back on top to Glob, 2:50 to go. Glob has it swatted away, knocked out of bounds. Stays with John Glenn. Couple subs now for Philo.
Will Pettigrew checks in.
Yep, and Rusty Trout comes back in.
Okay.
For the Electrics. So maybe he can pick up a few points. He's been held to 3 tonight. Driving baseline is not there for John Glenn. Back to the Electrics behind the back dribble by Pettigrew. Gives it up to Radcliffe. Radcliffe over to Bleakley. He'll put up a runner, 15-footer, no good. Rebounded, knocked around, knocked out of bounds. I think it stays with Philo.
Yep. John Glenn had the rebound, but he was falling out of bounds and tried to get it inbounds and threw her into the crowd. As another substitute coming in off the
Muskies.
That's
Burst,
yeah.
It's Trout, the inbounder. He'll get the ball back. He's going to take a triple. Good.
Got it.
Yep, Rusty Trout. He has 6.
And that foul
Personal foul goes against
34, Rusty Trout.
Yeah. Let's see, Philo's going to stay pressed, and John Glenn will try to maneuver across the timeline.
Oh my.
Double team by the Electrics, and then a silly foul by Fowler. And
that's the old two wrongs don't make a right.
Right.
Turn it over and then commit the personal foul.
Another substitution for Philo. It's going to be Cole Cash checking in.
Both coaches are going clear to the end of their bench in this one.
And that is Mason Runkle with the basketball. Back over to Cole Cash. Over in the corner, long ball on the way is good. That's 3 ball.
Yeah, it was.
Personal foul goes against
number
Philo.
12. That would be Logan Lyon. Only their 3rd team foul, so John Glenn will inbound it.
Oh, asleep were the Electrics on the inbound.
Boy, nothing like watching the basketball while your man cuts to the basket.
Law makes it 70-41. Another tie-up on the floor.
And the officials mercifully call a jump ball as that ball was still live. 13.1 seconds to go in this one.
And Philo will inbound. Shot up, no good. Rebounded by Philo. Contested by Philo. And the shot back up again. That's Cole Cash. And that should end the basketball game.
And does.
Well, the final score is 70-43 in favor of Philo. Or I should say John Glenn, excuse me. Stay tuned. We'll have the final stats, numbers, the Lock 9 Pizza Player of the game, and a few more thoughts before we say goodnight. But again, the final score, 70-43. We'll be back in a couple.
At Abel's, we're proud that so many people trust our family with their family's home comfort. I'm Russ Abels. For new heating and cooling, you can trust us to save you money with our high-efficiency systems. We're trusted for electrical work, lighting, outlets, generators, complete home electrical service upgrades. We do it all. And you can trust us in an emergency. Whether it's heating, cooling, or electrical repairs, we promise to do the job right. It's what we do for family, and it's what everyone deserves. Trust Abels.
Each year, Guernsey Muskingum Electric Cooperative provides an all-expenses-paid trip for 2 students to attend the Washington, D.C. Youth Tour coordinated by Ohio's electric cooperatives. Applicants must be a high school sophomore or junior and the child or legal ward of a Guernsey Muskingum Electric Cooperative member at the time of selection. For a complete list of qualifications or to apply, visit gmenergy.com. Now located at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell, Ohio, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a mutual insurance company established in 1896 for the purpose of providing insurance coverage to rural Ohio. They offer a product to meet your insurance need, whether it's for a farm, rental dwelling, home in town, secondary or seasonal dwelling, churches, or mobile home. They partner with Grinnell Mutual Insurance Company from Iowa to offer liability coverage to package with their Patrons Buckeye Mutual policy. Call today, 740-305-5121, and follow them on Facebook at Patrons Buckeye.
Are you paying too much for homeowners insurance? Has your insurance company raised your deductible? Hi, this is John Valentine with Valentine Insurance. Many people can't accurately answer these questions. With many premiums escrowed into mortgages, homeowners don't pay attention to changes to their policies anymore. It's time you visit Valentine Insurance for a true, no-obligation review of your insurance policy. Call 994-1776 or stop by our office at 739 Southgate Parkway in Cambridge.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
Liberty Mutual presents How to Get Ahead at Work.
It's simple. Just ask for a meeting with your supervisor. While you're discussing the latest sales reports, just slip into the conversation that you customized your home insurance with Liberty Mutual and saved hundreds. Whoa! The business savvy you showed saving hundreds of dollars on home insurance will have you running seminars on saving money in no time.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com. Based on recent survey of new customers who switched and saved. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. This is your dentist. Do me a favor and feel the front of your teeth. How grimy are they?
Ugh.
It's time for a Crest Pro Health reality checkup. That grime is the buildup of plaque bacteria that can cause cavities in just months. You need to switch to Crest Pro Health. While most toothpaste stop working in minutes, Crest Pro Health's antibacterial fluoride protects for up to 12 hours to stop cavities before they start. So pick some up on the way home. Smile. Crest has you covered.
You're listening to high school basketball on 107.9, 98.5 Nash Icon, WILE Cambridge.
All right, we are back for the post game tonight where the John Glenn Muskies have come to the power plant at Philo and handled the Electrics 70-43. Scoring went this way in the first quarter. It was John Glenn 25-11. At the break, it was the Muskies 47-25. After 3 quarters, 66-32. And then in the fourth quarter, John Glenn actually outscored 11-4. The Muskies only scored 2 baskets. But, John, let's call it the way it is. The subs were in, and they were in a big hurry to keep the basketball moving.
And it was a running clock, too.
Yes, correct. What about numbers, Coach, for what you saw?
Okay, not very pretty on the Philo side as they shoot 27% for the game, 17 of 47. But I think the big thing, Howard, that coaching staff's going to have to look at for them, and giving John Glenn credit as being a good MVL basketball team. But you can't turn the ball over 27 times in a high school basketball game.
At any level.
At any level, yeah. And that was their big bugaboo. And boy, they just committed all types and varieties of turnovers, from being out of control, on the offensive end to just being taking their eye off their man and letting him get back cutted. So I think the coaching staff has got some things to work on. Not that they can't be corrected. They are things that can be corrected. That's the good thing. But and then you look at John Glenn, and they shoot 60% from the game for 29 of 48. And they committed 16 turnovers, most of them, 8 of those in the second half. And that was just a good offensive effort by John Glenn as they out-rebounded Philo 42-28, Howard.
Yeah,
and of those, about a third of those were offensive rebounds for John Glenn. So I think that John Glenn is going to, they've already played Tri-Valley, and I don't know if that was home or away. Do you? I don't.
I believe that was away.
Okay,
so they would have them at home.
They'll have them at home, and we'll see how that turns out. But they played well tonight. They their press created a lot of turnovers. So just John Glenn was better.
Yeah, they're a good basketball team.
They were better.
They're deep.
Yes.
They can shoot the ball. They're fundamentally sound. They've got some quicks. They're a very, very good basketball team. And
I agree.
I think as the season goes on,
I think they're going to win a lot of ball games this year.
Will be heard from.
Yep.
So let's take a look at the final numbers for the Electrics. Talon Preston, 2 baskets for 4. Cooper Radcliffe, 7-2, 6 of 8 from the line for 18. Malachi Strickland had a basket for 2. Drew Wright, 3 hoops for 6. Rusty Trout, a double, a triple, 1 of 2 from the line for 6. 1 basket for Cameron Stoner for 2. Cole Cash also had a 3 for the Electrics. For John Glenn, Caleb Larrick in doubles with 5 field goals for 10. CJ Dolan, 4 field goals, 0 of 1 from the line for 8. Noah Winland, a triple, 0 of 2 from the line, 3. Will Nicolazakis started, did not score, played well. Steele Bates, 5 field goals, including a tray, 1 of 2 from the line. Game's leading scorer for John Glenn at 14. Andrew Glob, 4 field goals and a triple for 11. Nelson Cameron, a basket for 2. Braden Davis, 4 field goals, 2 of 2 from the line. 3 triples for Cooper Briggs and a triple for DeAndre Fowler. So a lot of balanced scoring for John Glenn. Not huge numbers by anybody, but I think that's the way they would have it.
That would make should make the coach very happy. The balance and all of them. You know, you can't guard just one person. You've got to guard them all.
All right, that's going to set us up for a couple of closing thoughts. First, our Lock 9 pizza from Duncan Falls, player of the game. And Coach, I think for Philo, Cooper Radcliffe, the way he handled the ball, the way he ended up their leading scorer, a guy that even though they had the 27 turnovers, without him handling the ball, they might have even had more.
Yeah.
So we'll give it to Cooper Radcliffe. For John Glenn, you know, a couple of guys here and there really stood out, but I tell you, the guy who makes this team go, and this is not to take away from anybody else, it's their point guard. I really like this Steele Bates.
Yeah, he did a nice job tonight. Under control, had some leadership. You know, he took care of the basketball, got it to the person where it should go, and when the opportunity arose, he was able to take it to the glass and score. So, yeah, I have no problem with either one of those.
All righty, so we will make sure we get those taken care of properly. And let's see, our thanks to Brett Klein for running the board and doing all the
great job,
the heavy lifting tonight. Our thanks to you, Coach Seacrest, for all of your hard work and your presence, the living legend, just as you are. Thanks for being here, and happy holidays. And
Merry Christmas to all of you out there.
Yep. And one last thought to our faithful listener, Muji Bandari. Have a nice one, and we'll say goodnight. 70-43, John Glenn over Philo. Take care.
Okay.
This has been a presentation of ABC Sports.